This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Well, the Chaplaincy Department of the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services held a staff empowerment seminar this morning. During Prime Minister Philip Davis's opening remarks, he told the correction officers that the job they carry out is in the name of the state, and with the full force of the state, their job is to not further punish the inmates. However, he notes that their job is this.
Your job is to ensure that once they are held securely, their time here is well spent, so that they may be successfully reintegrated into society at the end of their sentence. While the idea of successful reintegration may differ from person to person, certain generalizations hold true. We want our inmates to leave here with a clear moral sense, to be certain of the difference between right and wrong, and to be certain of the advantages of behaving lawfully as opposed to unlawfully.
The one-session seminar addressed the following topics: relationships presented by Reverend Angela Palacios, ethics presented by Bishop Hewlin Hanna, finance presented by Senator Quinton Lightburn, and motivation by Mr. Spence Finlayson. Now, the Prime Minister added that the government hopes that inmates leave with a better education than when they arrived.
We know that education is the most powerful tool available to help them to achieve their full potential. We also want them to develop the values and behaviors that contribute to what we understand as good character, a commitment to being honest and truthful, the ability to work hard and accept their reward, to be able to resolve conflicts without resorting to violence, and infused with the desire to pursue healthy, caring, mutually beneficial relationships with all those around them.
Mr. Davis encouraged BDOC's officers that they have the ability to influence inmates' lives for the better, and that's why the seminars such as this one are important to be held. Operation Roaring Thunder on Grand Bahama resulted in the arrest of a British citizen and the seizure of nearly $500 in suspected marijuana. Drug Enforcement Unit officers enacting the arrest of the British citizen for possession of dangerous drugs after a team of Bahamas customs officers discovered the drugs on board a sailboat. According to police reports, coming out of Grand Bahama shortly after 11 on Monday morning, the team of customs officers, while inspecting a sailboat docked in the area of Bahama Reef Boulevard, discovered a container on board with a quantity of suspected marijuana. DEU officers were called. They collected 7.5 ounces of the substance, which has an estimated street value of $459. The British citizen was taken into police custody, and investigation into this matter continues. Meantime, investigations also ongoing by DEU officers after a shotgun along with shotgun shells were found in the bushes near a car wash in the International Bazaar on Grand Bahama. The DEU officers were acting on information when they went in the area of a business establishment in the International Bazaar. Upon arrival, the officers searched bushes near the car wash, discovered a black plastic bag, and upon inspection recovered a black and brown Remington 20-gauge shotgun along with 2 shotgun shells. The area was searched for possible suspects, however, that yielded negative results. In news from the court, former Registrar of Contractors Omar Archer faced a magistrate on Monday charged with intentional libel. In his arraignment before Magistrate Kendra Kelly, Archer, who pleaded not guilty to the charge, was accused of publishing false information in a WhatsApp video about National Security Minister Wayne Munro that went viral on March 16th. At his arraignment, the prosecution objected to bail on the grounds that Archer has a similar matter pending. He was subsequently remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections and returns to court on Wednesday for a bail hearing. In more news, but from the magistrate's court, the man accused of last Thursday's killing of Lyndhurst Johnson had his day in court this morning. The Criminal Investigation Department placed Livingston Knowles of Ethel Street, Montel Heights before the magistrate. It's alleged that on Thursday, April 7th, shortly before 3 p.m., Johnson, a resident of Pinewood Gardens, was sitting on the front porch of a home on Ragged Island Street when a lone gunman opened fire on him, hitting him about the body. Johnson was taken to the hospital in a private vehicle where he later died. According to Deputy Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernander, officers were on alert, which resulted in a chase onto Wolf Road and then onto Andres Avenue, where the suspect ran into a home and was subsequently arrested. Knowles, in his appearance before a magistrate today, was not required to enter a plea. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. And good news for all you riders out there. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's Division of Cultural Affairs, in preparation for this year's Independence celebration, is set to launch the nation's first national anthology. With this, the Division of Culture is calling on Bahamian riders nationwide to submit their literary work for consideration. Acting Director of Culture of the Ministry, Ms. Derica Delaveau Grant, details the purpose behind this initiative.
The Department of Culture, under this year's theme, Celebrating Ourselves, Culture is Who We Are, is embarking and executing a number of initiatives that will equitably give acknowledgement, support, and promotion of the various art forms of culture. The literary arts in the Bahamas has a large number of practitioners who produce great work every day. The Department of Culture is providing an opportunity to showcase and expose the work of such talented persons as a collection of work. And we encourage all persons who fit the criteria to submit an entry and help us celebrate the literary arts in the Bahamas.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture Mario Boleg says that this initiative is just a small part of the government's overall blueprint for change. He notes that the National Anthology was originally the brainchild of the MYSNC and as a means to prompting Bahamian literary artists to produce culturally rich pieces with a focus on current issues.
And once again, the overall goal of this initiative is to bring exposure and promote cultural aspects in all sectors and areas as it relates to culture. And, again, we believe, that culture can bring economic opportunities to people. And so for that reason, that's why we intend to put compensating individuals for their efforts to show them that we appreciate what they've done and understand that who we are as a people. And we want to promote that and bring exposure to the skills and talents we have as Bahamians as it relates to culture.
Ministry officials want to encourage as many persons as they can to submit as many pieces as they can. Assistant Director of Culture, Ms. Portia Sands, notes that all submitted pieces must be unpublished and original to the submitting author. She adds that the authors of all selected pieces will be generously compensated. For those wishing to submit, details can be found on the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's Facebook page, the Division of Culture's Facebook page, or you can call or visit the MYSNC in the Ivy Dumont building on University Drive. Well, that does it for news this evening. Once again, I'm Tyler Simonet, and from all of us here at Jcn News, have a wonderful evening, everyone.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.